What's up gamers, it's Ethan back again to share some of the sick, ungodly creations I made to hopefully ruin League of Legends for good. Today I bring you a special build created via the asking of an important question. How can we pick a champion if we don't relate to them? So my main champions I picked because... okay, I don't relate to them, but I wish I did. But a lot of people like to pick characters they relate to, so I decided to ask Riot Games some questions about a character I wanted to play, Nami, and what her political/gang affiliations are. Discovering that Riot officially claims Nami to be a member of the Crip gang, I decided to make a build that tells her story. The story of a fish from the hood. A story so good that any college application searchers would instantly give a scholarship to. This time we'll be deciding what lane to terrorize first, since repping a gang on the Rift comes with the threat of territorial turf wars, depending on what section has been predisposed to you by your gang leader ancestors. Those whom laid down their life to fight for a cause of red versus blue. The story is old as time to any true gamer. Obviously, you can only play this build when on the Rift's blue side, and since you're no pussy, you lead the war head-on in mid lane. Since we've gotten the wear out of the way, now we need to get ourselves strapped to make sure the gang violence is properly regulated and has the proper up-to-date inspected tools. This includes your ammunition, your war profiteers funding, some yummy scrumptious rations, and a jack who knows all kinds of trades. For the secondary runes, you'll need Treasure Hunter to collect on all the extra bands you'll be stealing from your victims associated with the Bloods, and Cheap Shot for all the CC you have in your kit. Speaking of cheap shots, do not forget to pick up your bonus 2% move speed, given to you thanks to your assumed racial buff that all fish have. Bet you thought I was gonna make a race joke, but I'm above that. Summoner spells are flexible, with Flash and Ghost being go-tos, but some extremists will go the extra mile to show true loyalty going Ghost Cleanse with an all-blue summoner spell setup. Now I can see what punch this fish packs, with Nami's passive being Surging Tides. Any ability that hits or is used on an ally will grant them bonus move speed for a short period of time, to let Nami help perpetuate stereotypes onto her fellow gang members. Nami's Q is Aqua Prison. Nami launches out a giant water bubble, suspending any caught inside the bubble. Suspension is a special type of CC that only a few champions have, that is just a combination of a stun and a knockup essentially. Nami's W is Ebb and Flow. Nami can point and click on herself, a Crip, or an enemy blood to either heal her, heal the targeted ally, or damage the enemy. This ability, when casted into range of another enemy or ally, will bounce them to either heal or damage them, bouncing between both enemy and ally, hoping not to get caught in the street fight crossfire. Tide Color's Blessing is Nami's E. When targeting herself or an ally, she'll cast gang magic onto herself or the ally to modify their weapons and make them street illegal for 3 attacks. Although can anything be considered truly legal on the lawless streets of Summoner's Rift? Lastly is Nami's ultimate, Tidal Wave, which is rather self-explanatory. Nami summons a giant lane-wide tidal wave that will knock up any bloods caught in its path, and further slowing them afterwards for 2 to 4 seconds. Next is the weapons you'll need to strap yourself with to be secure in the streets of Summoner's Rift. I do always suggest starting with a tear tattoo to make sure everyone in the Rift knows you're a cold-blooded killer. With your purchase besides a tear tattoo being a gun, specifically Luden's Companion, this item will be one of the few normal items in the build, giving you ability power, mana, and CDR. Rush headfirst into the shop with your next purchase of a rapid-fire cannon to throw enemies and allies into a spin, as the seemingly pointless item is added to your repertoire. But do not be mistaken. Firstly, it adds to your collection of guns needed for back alley meetings and shootouts, plus the additional auto range will synergize with both your E auto attacks and an item we'll build later. The next item, instead of being another gun, is actually a traditional wizard staff that all Crip members come mandatorily equipped with. The next item is also another gun. The last item is an Iceborne Gauntlet, as the previously mentioned item synergy with Rapid Fire helps the build by adding on to the already ridiculous amount of slow stuns and other utility Nami provides, while keeping a supposedly squishy champion into a defensive fortress. Hopefully the gods of ranked solo duo queue will grant you the power to get into a game with this build and win the war of the streets against the Bloods.